McCready and I'm a singer-songwriter from Hollywood, County Down. Yeah, well, my dad's a musician, so growing up he had a home studio and I would have always had music around the house. But he initially sort of tried to get my brother into guitar and I was sort of in the background taking notes, and then my grandfather gave me his old guitar and I kind of went away in my room, and when my dad was away at work I would practice by myself, and I had this idea that I was just going to appear one day as an accomplished musician and no one would know about it. So I kind of just taught myself. I play by ear, and sometimes my dad would come in and say, no, do it this way or do this, but I tried to be very independent about it. That was part of it. I kind of dabbled playing with friends and things like that, but it was always something that I did myself, and I enjoyed doing it in a way that was self-directed. You know, I took piano lessons in school and things like that, and I didn't enjoy that as much because I had to do it. I mean, I think I started playing guitar when I was about 10, and then I started writing when I was 14, 15. Hit 18, 19, that was whenever I really started to play out in open mics and things. My first proper gig was like on the main stage at the Dalriada Festival, so that was very much being thrown in at the deep end. And I learned quite a lot about the industry quite early on, and that helped me to sort of shape the way I do things today, to break away as an independent artist and really think about what I wanted in terms of the music and how I manage the music as well. So yeah, it's been quite a full circle thing, I think, but very much something I've done quite on my own, I'd say. Yeah. Of my dreams, tell me what I'm supposed to see in you, in you. Why for you change shape? You hit me in the places I feel like I need you, but I don't need to. Tell me what I'm supposed to see in you, in you. Tell me what I'm supposed to see in you, in you. I think it was just something that was natural to me. I don't think it was something that I thought about in terms of the quality of what I was doing. It was like journaling. It was like just kind of allowing my stream of consciousness to be manifest in a certain way. Whenever I started to present that to other people, that was whenever I realized, okay, you know, if people are telling me like this is something that you're good at, then maybe it's something that I should pursue. But that wasn't really my reason for pursuing it. It was kind of a form of meditation for me, and it helped me to regulate my emotions and sort of understand my emotions and understand my thoughts. And a lot of the times I would realize how I felt about things through the songs I was writing. So I think having that foundation of music being like a personal outlet for me really helps me in terms of actually playing music like as a professional musician now, because you kind of have nothing to lose if it's always something that you're gonna gain something from in kind of a regenerative way. Then I think you can kind of just do what you want and hope for the best, and if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You are my warmth, you calm the storm, you are on a flame, so won't you come back again? You wrap me up, you make me laugh, and I am your flame, so where will I see you again? I think I write songs in a very stream of consciousness way, to the extent that a few years ago I had a dream, and I could hear the melody in this dream, and when I woke up I could see everything in the dream, I could hear the melody, and I just kind of sat down and wrote the song in about 5 minutes. So that was a very strange thing, because it felt like the music was writing me in a way rather than the other way around. The most important thing for me is to capture that as soon as I can, like when I'm in the moment, when I'm feeling that way. And I would say, kind of as time's gone on, like as I've developed as a songwriter over the last, 10, 12 years, I think really where my songwriting has improved is like through honesty. I think a lot of the songs that when I was writing them and I was producing them and listening to them back for the first time when I was getting mixes and things, and having that sort of pit in my stomach because I was maybe dealing with quite uncomfortable feelings and I wasn't sure how I felt about putting those out in the world or how they'd be received. But those are the songs really that are the songs that after gigs people come up to me and say, that really meant a lot to me, or, I took this from that. And a lot of the time it's not, people don't take from the songs what I take from them, but I think that is the regenerative power of art. Once you put it out in the world, it's not yours anymore, it's someone else's, and they get to kind of help make sense of their own understanding of the world from that. Watch me freeze in motion. We were crossing the ocean. I thought of all the ways to make you proud. I thought of all the times that I've been down. I mean, I think they all go hand in hand. They all kind of augment each other. I would say probably personally that shift from writing a song in my room to the first kind of getting that down, bringing that demo, from that sort of lo-fi space into something that's more polished. Yeah, probably the whole process of being in the studio is probably my favorite thing. I think I've learned a lot about production over the last 4 or 5 years, and then I started working with Matt McIver at Gatehouse Studios, and my album Why Am I Still Here, that was something that we co-produced. A lot of it I did in my home studio, and then brought stuff into the studio and kind of amalgamated that. But I had a lot of fun just I love playing with ambience and textures, and on the album you'll hear rain, you'll hear wind, you'll hear airplanes taking off, so I love, that's probably my favorite thing, is to just really explore those ambiences. I love bands like Sigur Rós and the way they do that, so I love to just kind of allow myself to get a bit wild with it, and then Matt's job is to rein me in a bit and go and time sync that stuff, and he's just brilliant. I think we've worked really well together in that He was running around the street, he was in his goddamn feet, and I wonder if you understand all the ways that he could be a man. Yeah, I wonder if you understand that he stayed for you. He stayed for you. Look what he got into. It got into because he stayed for you. And now he cancels all his plans. He's trying just to meet your hands, and he freezes when you call him up. Sometimes wish he didn't give up. He sometimes wish he didn't give up. But he does, 'cause he stayed for you. He stayed. The sort of more full band sound is something that's still quite new for me. Most of my career I've been playing just myself, just me and the guitar. So it's something I'm still figuring out. I think it'll change how I write and produce music to have such incredible musicians that I can go to and say, I have this idea or I have this demo. I have a lot of trust in those people. Those people are my friends. So I think that I can come to them with ideas and I can kind of let them run away with things. So that's nice. I would like to kind of in the future get those ambiences in a little bit more. I think for the first run out, it was something we were keeping quite simple. But yeah, it would be nice to tap into that and make a wee bit more of a spectacle of it for sure. Yeah, I think it comes back to what I've said about music being an outlet. If it's something that you enjoy, I think you can take solace in that, and I think that's all it needs to be. I think setting your expectations is really important, because I think, you know, that's something I learned quite early on in the industry. I had a sort of bad experience with management, and I learned a lot from that, and I'm glad I learned that at quite a young age, because it allowed me to temper my expectations. You know, disappointment it's rife in the music industry. False promises, you know, legalities of being an artist and who owns your music and all those things as well. Yeah, I think really just being the captain of your own ship, making sure that you're in control of what you're doing in terms of any commercial success or anything like that. I think that's an added bonus. I think that's the way that we have to think about things. I try to take the seriousness out of it, in that sense, and just enjoy it for what it is. And if anything else happens, then it's just a nice thing. Pull me in, then push me away. My jagged edges, they are showing today. And I don't want to hurt anyone, just might hurt everyone. Closing in the walls of distance. If I could see you, I would lower my defense. Like I am hurting everyone. As an independent artist, you have to do everything yourself. I have had a lot of help putting this album out, specifically from Stuart Ledgerwood, who goes by Don Maple, my bass player. He's brilliant at kind of visual marketing, and I think that's a really important way to tap into kind of music marketing right now is visuals and connecting with people. I think, a lot of my music is, I guess, could be classified as like sad girl music. It's quite self-deprecating, and that's a way to connect with the audience, to be quite honest about your feelings. And sometimes whenever I'm playing gigs and I'm talking in between songs and I'm I guess kind of marketing what I'm doing, I feel like a stand-up comedian, and I feel like I'm putting my own vulnerabilities and insecurities on display for other people to feel seen and heard. And I think, I think that's part and parcel of being a performer. But it's something that when I've just embraced it, and I've embraced those insecurities and vulnerabilities, and I've actually just voiced them on stage, it's something that people really connect with. So I'm on all the usual social media platforms: Sarah McCready Music on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitter, all those places. You can find my music on all the usual streaming services: Spotify, Apple Music. My album, Why Am I Still Here, is available everywhere right now, and you can also buy physical copies, and I have some merchandise on my Bandcamp site too. There were ghosts in the garden. They greeted me at the gate. I went through the side door. She handed me a plate. She was all dressed in white. I called her my mother, but when I opened my eyes, she had the face of another. She wasn't mine. She wasn't mine. She wasn't mine. She wasn't mine. Early morning drives coming down from the city. Trees pass me by. Oregon looks so pretty. He met me in the woods, coffee in his hand, but he was not the man